For 9,500 years, they were silent, locked in fossils and forgotten dreams. The dire wolf, once a dominant predator across the Americas, vanished as the last ice age retreated. But on October 1st, 2024, the impossible became reality. The first dire wolf in over 10 millennia drew breath on Earth once more. In 2021, science unveiled a startling truth. The dire wolf was not merely a larger version of the grey wolf as long believed. DNA analysis revealed a unique evolutionary lineage, one that diverged 5.7 million years ago, a creature entirely its own. What once seemed impossible is now reality. Dallas-based Colossal Biosciences has accomplished what many thought could never be done. Using ancient DNA from fossils up to 72,000 years old, CRISPR gene editing technology, and surrogate mothers, they've brought back the dire wolf. The question is no longer can we, but what happens now? Colossal is the world's first de-extinction company, and we combine de-extinction with species preservation. And our goal is to make extinction a thing of the past. Our stories speak of times when animals carried wisdom that humans had forgotten. Now that these ancient guardians have returned, we must listen carefully to what knowledge they bring back with them. The dire wolf was a true megafaunal predator, larger, more robust than today's wolves. They evolved alongside mammoths and saber-toothed cats in ecosystems of breathtaking diversity. Unlike their adaptable modern relatives, dire wolves were specialists, perfectly attuned to specific prey and conditions. When massive climate shifts transformed their world, they couldn't adapt quickly enough. Their disappearance wasn't just the loss of a species, it was the unraveling of ancient relationships. What lessons might the dire wolf's return teach us? When wolves returned to Yellowstone, rivers changed course. Plants flourished, the entire ecosystem transformed. Nature remembers its patterns. Ancient cultures worldwide viewed wolves not merely as animals, but as beings of significance, connected to celestial cycles and Earth's unseen energies. From Native American traditions to Norse mythology, wolves were seen as guides between worlds. Science dismisses such perspectives as mere superstition, but what if our ancestors recognized patterns we've forgotten how to see? We've taken grey wolf DNA, which is already 99.5% identical to dire wolves, and edited specific places to contain the dire wolf version. This isn't just about bringing back a species, it's about understanding the interconnected relationships that shaped our planet's history. Perhaps resurrection isn't merely about rebuilding a body. Perhaps it's about reconnecting a severed relationship, reactivating ancient dialogues between species and landscapes that once sang in harmony. As we face unprecedented ecological challenges, the dire wolf stands as both warning and possibility. Their specialized nature made them vulnerable to climate change, yet their potential return represents our growing power to heal what once seemed permanently broken. The question becomes not whether we can bring back the dire wolf, but whether we can resurrect the humility to learn from them. No longer do we need to imagine. For the first time in 10,000 years, the howl of the dire wolf has returned to Earth. Matt James, Colossal's chief animal officer, recalls the first time the pups responded to human voice with their ancient call. A sound that bridges worlds, connecting past and future, science and mystery, what we know and what we've forgotten. The resurrection of the dire wolf represents our greatest challenge, to advance technologically while reconnecting spiritually. To remember that we are not separate from the web of life, but woven within it. Beyond the triumph of resurrection lies a deeper invitation. Ancient guardians now walk once more beneath moonlight in our modern world, not as science fiction or distant memory, but as living, breathing beings. They bring with them a wisdom our world desperately needs. That extinction need not be forever, that life finds a way, that everything is connected. The howl of the dire wolf calls not to our past, but to our future. Visit digitaldharma.io to learn more.